Okay, hello. My name is hello. My name is Santiago Miranda. I'm going to present the model learning outcome number 3 in the model of speaking and negotiation and persuasion. And well, here are the instructions that I'm going to explain right now. Well, first of all, make an individual video recording about the importance of going global, whatever with the technology and working with community using technologies. And the second part, that is write an essay about going global means to us. The main concern for a person who wants to be global, what can we do to be in touch with global community? Which are the main values of a global person? And what kind of attitudes or ideologies go against being global? Why do we need to be global, both in business and in our daily lives? Well, here I attach the Word document. And number 3, they make a slideshow with a key information and images. Record a 5-minute video exposing your ideas, pros and cons of going global, an example of actions that people can do to become global. And well, let's start this slideshow with the definition of going global. I define going global like a state of mind that improves decision making and strategies for groups, for persons, for organizations, and even bigger scales like countries, maybe transnational enterprises, and so on. So in the past, we used to communicate or go transmit information by telegraph, by cards, by letters, by many ways, even widgets. But nowadays we use internet. We have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth, we also have books, but nowadays we can use and see those books in internet. So it's time to create the awareness that is people who are going global, and then for people going global, they need to expand their knowledge in many categories, such as humanity, technology, diplomacy, and environment. In humanity is very important, the part of connection with animals, with nature, and with other human beings. These are the main actions to take some empathize with people and with also with animals, with humanity, with nature, because such as environment tell us we need to take care of us, just as the way of where we are living. So is the earth, so is the animals, so is our neighborhood, so is a state or country, or even our school. So the best actions that we can do for going global is to treat people with kindness and receive the same. We have the technology that nowadays the technology and diplomacy are like having a big impact. So what we need to do is to start performing about it. We have the information of our lives in the internet, so we need to explore that. To explore that. So one of the main objectives of going global, or maybe the best ways of going global, is to get information from all places: internet, books, newspapers, PDFs, and documents, people, speeches. From where we can get this information is perfect. It's very important to have this information, such as diplomacy. Diplomacy is the way we treat people with polite ways. So how we make deals, negotiations. So it's time to perform in that, to start knowing how to persuade people will help us to go global. Well, in the third one, going global values, being global is to encourage people to promote and practices values like respect and respect for all kind of living, like I was telling before, helping people, animals, nature, or world, or neighborhood, or brothers, or family, make us global. It's a little piece of making global. So to encourage people to think deeply and critically about situations they're involved, this is to emphasize in analysis. Analysis about the situations and how and think before acting. This is a way of going global. So A global person is the one that has sense of world citizens and is aware of the wider world, that there's no only us, there is a wider world outside, respect and value diversity, people who understand how the world works and how the world will respond if we do something. And the people who search for social equality and people who participate in the community. Like I was telling, helping our people, our neighborhood, our country, families, classmates, friends. It's a way of going global. Well, with the pros and the cons, some of the pros are the cultural and language exchange, the global awareness, ethics and concern for human beings, and the human rights and dignity. This growing day by day, and it's important to know about all of them. Just as we know the laws of our country, it's important to know about the human rights, to know about the ethics, to know about cultures. Well, some of the cons are the culture crash, the mindset and afraid of changes, the bureaucracy and governments, and different definition of going global. All of people have a different definition of all. So, but we need to have like the same idea of being global. But for that, we need to start learning, to start reading, to start interacting with others in the ways that we know. So, well, there are some of the cons. And as a culture, what we have is a global citizen is someone who identifies with being part of an emerging world and whose actions contribute to building these community values and practices. Instinctively, most of us feel a connection to each other around the world, facing similar challenges to ourselves. Yet we lack to educate tools, resources, and support to act on this emotion. Our ways of thinking and being are still colored by the wrapping of old allegiance and the ways of seeing things that no longer are as valid as they used to be. Nonetheless, there is a longing to pull back the veil that keeps us from more clearly seeing the world as a whole and finding more sustainable ways of connecting with those who share the common humanity. Well, here are some references about the images I use in the presentation in the slideshow, and that's all. Thanks for hearing.